For this second part of our series, we dive deeper into the mental health struggles that chefs and small business owners face in the demanding world of hospitality. We're joined by Tony Lewis from the Burnt Chef Project. The project is a non-profit social enterprise that provides education, support, and resources to tackle mental health stigma in the hospitality industry.
Your time isn't yours. Literally everything is put on the sort of back burner and the afterthought, including family. And when you work for a large group, there's a marketing campaign, there's a social media group, there's a manager that looks after maybe the front of house. As an independent business, and knowing for myself, particularly over the last year, you're all of those things. You are doing all of those things.
Therefore, it can be extremely difficult for those in the industry to balance work and family life.
Yeah, it's very hard. Yeah. It's very hard. You go home tired, but it's not your family fault. That's where you are. So you finish work 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. You start half 6 in the morning, 6 in the morning, 12, 13, 14-hour shift. You cook, you wash, you clean, you serve. Always with a smile, always there. In the end of the shift, we are tired, mentally and physically tired, but we need to go home and be there.
Sometimes, or because this is not busy enough, you start to be sad, so mental health is going to start to go down, mine as well. I always try to keep everything calm, at home, especially at home, because our daughters, she don't need to see, she don't need to feel that we are not well.
I travelled to Scotland to speak with Dr. Katie McIntyre. Her insights on emotional challenges of chefs and small business owners shed a light on the side of the business that is often so overlooked. What are the most common mental health challenges faced by chefs and small business owners today?
I think it's probably quite varied. I would say at the moment a lot of it comes from like stress and pressure on the industry, which relates to I guess partly to do with actually continuous running of businesses, maybe a lack of or a limitation or a reduction at least in kind of customer due to kind of financial pressures, I guess, across the country. People aren't able to afford the luxury of going out and socialising kind of within hospitality venues anymore. And then there's also the kind of impact of the business not being able to employ enough staff. So that leads to those who do work there or potentially run the business having to put in more hours themselves. A lot of these business owners could be like parents, they could be families, they've got people that they need to support, and actually they need obviously to generate that profit and that income.
We also discussed the importance of young people having to support small businesses. This will not only help the owner's mental health, but as research shows, small businesses can be beneficial for communities as it boosts the local economy, and if they are successful, they can aid the community with things like sourcing local ingredients and helping charities. Chef Andy Taylor is a father, a husband, and the owner of a small meal prep company. For him, supporting local is one of the keys to success for a business in every way.
These companies like Starbucks, McDonald's, Nando's, whoever, like the marketing budget is like millions and millions of pounds. We're not able to compete. So I kind of personally feel it falls on the generation above that, like the parents of these people. I speak to them and get them used to shopping local. Like my grandma would have, like, if she wanted some chicken, she'd go to a butcher's, like near her house. If she wanted veg, she'd go to the greengrocers a few shops down. Now everyone has to go to Asda or Marks and Spencer's or whatever because they price these small companies out. So when there is a small company local, just give them a try. And yeah, like I personally, not in an arrogant way, but I do think people will tell a difference.
Coming from the background that I've had of sort of working with really large groups and seeing small businesses really struggle, absolutely the best place you could be is in a local independent, because they're not paying for a second home in Ibiza. They're not paying to have, a public limited company where there's an army of people that are waiting for, rewards. This is about, independent families that are paying for their mortgage and managing something local deep in the heart of the community. And that's vital, that we're going to be losing those sorts of places because of the challenges, financial demands, the pressures, the long hours, all of the stuff that we've just mentioned, mental health, or challenges in finances, demand, social media, marketing, advertising, big groups. All of those things are a huge weight on the owner's shoulders, and just going and having a pint in your local pub rather than your branded pub and your group of pubs is supporting your local community, or coming and grabbing a coffee at your local place, or grabbing a sandwich, or whatever it may be. Just support local is absolutely something I would really say from the learnings of where I've been before.
Now it's true, their passion feeds our community and their struggles often go unnoticed. Support local and you'll support each other. Let's keep small businesses alive.